It's not very often I'm lost for words, but these could be the best looking set of golf clubs I've ever seen. One thing left to do. So without going through that whole ASMR introduction again, these look absolutely spectacular, and I love it when a golf brand does something just right. You know, this time, Bob, let's show them exactly what's in this box, because Vega have done it again. Now you can see we've got a little bit of an assortment of different Vega clubs in this case, and there's one set which really tickles my fancy. Look at these. Now these could be the best looking set of forged irons I've ever seen. Today we're going to test them out here on the golf course and of course in the studio. Spoiler alert, they're not going to be for everyone. This was the first shot we hit with them. Okay, it wasn't fantastic. Some of the clubs in here we have tested already, so you've seen quite a few videos on the Mizar Pro irons. You'll have seen a couple of videos on the amazing looking driving iron, which has had a little bit of a revamp with the shaft. This is the Mizar Max. So if you want to check all these out, guys, make sure you do. There's a lot coming from the guys at Vega, but for now we're going to concentrate on, look at that. I just don't think anything can do that justice, can it? No. You know when you think you've seen the best looking thing in the world, and you think, oh, nothing's ever gonna look better than that. You know what, I'm gonna bring the case in shot, Bob. Because I feel like, you know, when people have spent a lot of effort on something, it deserves to be in there. The wife wasn't happy with that in the kitchen, by the way. Like, I've just been gawping at them for the last few days. Right, par 3, 170 yards. I've got the 7 iron. It's going to take a good stride. This is so small. I'll tell you what, though. That's as good a shot as I'm going to hit. Has it carried the bunker? Yes, it has. And that's up there as well. Now, one of the things when you are buying a set of clubs like this, or if even you're looking at buying a set of clubs like this, is of course the artistry behind them. Yes, these irons are designed to feel fantastic, to have wonderful ball flights like that one there, but realistically, they're not going to be the most forgiving clubs. They're not going to be the most forgiving blades. You look at the size of these, but look at them. Look at them, and look at this turf interaction as well. This is something which I think if you are a blade player, you take joy in this. You take a lot of feedback from this. And I, as a first golf shot outside with these clubs, am absolutely buzzing with that. How you doing, Bob, with kicking that? All right. Guys, Bob's broke the gimbal. Bob's broke the gimbal. It's going back. Next few videos, it might be a bit shaky, but if you hit that subscribe button and invite a friend to like, we'll get a new one quicker. Bob broke. Well, I haven't broke. Who's broke it then? You know, if Max Verstappen crashes his car, who broke the car?
I haven't crashed the gimbal.
Right, well, it's broken though, isn't it? Right. Anyway, can we hit another one? I feel like the sweet spot is incredibly small on these clubs. Oh, that's really nice. And you know, when you get them, I feel like they do go like a decent distance as well. Look at that. That's gone long. I was not anticipating that going long from that shot, but also I wasn't anticipating just how I can get this flighted out there and flighted down, because if you look at just how these irons are shaped, they're not shaped to be forgiving, like I've already said, but they're kind of shaped to give you a little bit of versatility, which I think a lot of people want, don't they? So I think this is going really well. Like, I'm holding my hands up here. I'm that guy who has no right having these. It just shouldn't even be trying these irons, especially with these shafts in. You see here, we've got a pured Oban CT 125 shaft in there, made in Japan. Oh. You know what my perfect trip would be? Going to see these guys out in Japan. Like imagine the craftsmanship that goes into these. Very similar to a lot of the kind of Asian market of forged clubs, but so far I'm really happy with how these are going. Let's talk some numbers inside. Oh, Bob, look at that. That is perfect. I'm a golfer. I feel like Pinocchio shouting, I'm a real boy. This makes me so happy. This makes me so... I'll get the case, Bob. Don't break the case as well as the gimbal. How many times are we going to get the case out? Far too many. Far too many. Okay, let's talk numbers for these clubs. Now, was this a little bit overkill? Do I need to get those down? I've not done this very well, blah. Check that out. Now that's some lineup, isn't it, of clubs. Now, the club that we want to focus on today is, of course, the absolutely stunning looking Vega blade. Look at that. That could be the best looking golf club I've ever seen. So we'll take that off. We'll move the gun case out of the way and we'll see just how good this performs. Now, yes, it's one of the best looking clubs I've ever seen, but it's also one of the smallest. Would you have a full set of these? Guys, get in the comments below and let us know. The little open shaft in there. So this could, look at that.
Oh, wow.
This could be very special, a pure shaft as well. Right, I've set up a green at 160 with these lofts. And they're very little behind them. I'm not sure if we're going to get there, but you'd have to be ballsy, wouldn't you? You have to be properly ballsy. No! No! You can't christen a club like this, like that. Right. They all stay in, Bob, don't they? They all stay in. Not the numbers we were hoping for there, but that's better. That felt absolutely gorgeous. I'll tell you what as well, I was not anticipating that going 171 yards. They're like chalk and cheese of two shots, aren't they? Now, I did put this green up here. You can see the heat coming off it already. I put a green up here at 160, but looking at that, I think we've got more to offer. I'll change it to 170, and now that's the kind of standard for this. And if that is the case, if anyone can shank an iron, it is what it is, that's fine. It'll be funny for the introduction, but if it's only a one-off, like that was quite bottomy. That wasn't a great strike at all. Still spinning at 5,000, and it still carried 158, releasing up to 165 just to the left. So we know that these irons aren't going to be about forgiveness. We know these irons aren't going to be honest, be about much other than... Who would use these, Bob? Would you use these?
No.
No. I think it's one of them where if golf is your everything, it's your passion, which it always has been mine, I could see 10 years ago I'd had these in the bag, no questions asked, and I would have shot 80 every single time and not have cared. But I think it's a bit very, very Nathan Rogers, you're right. Because when you hit that at 6,500 spin with that trajectory and that ball flight, and it pictures the distance you want it to, you're a baller, aren't you? You're that guy. Oh, have you seen what James got? James got them Vega blades and look, absolutely, they came in a gun case. Shh. Like, who doesn't want that? That was a lovely buttery fade. Can we play a little draw into this flag? I've got the draw, I've just started it on target. That's the one that travels the distance. That'll travel 170 in the air, 168.1. As soon as you get that spin dropping and you get that path from the inside, that's when you start to pick up that little bit extra distance. It's a bit less of a kind of glancing blow off the face. I'd love to see the 3-iron in this. I say see it and not hit it because I don't think I need to. I won't need to hit it. I don't need to touch it. I just want to see it. We run out of time, Bob. Any credit? I tell you what, Bob, I'm going to go as far as saying 2 out of 3 ain't bad. That's 2 flag high shots and one that's just gone a little bit long. Some fantastic stopping power as well. And that is a pretty good attempt with these clubs. That's for a 2. 2 that. And Bob's not even left the buggy. Lazy. Okay, so I've just priced up some of these clubs on the Vega website for a full set, and now I can see why they didn't send us a full set, because with a pured shaft and with custom grips, now if you're in the yeah, Bob's you're thinking about your mortgage payments, aren't you? But if you're in the market for a set of these, I do think this is what Vega are all about. They're about that kind of premium feel that you can see with obviously the box that these have come in. We can pre-order these for the end of July, which is actually now, and you can go with just heads only if you want, which would be nice. These are precision redefined for the elite golfer. This iron represents the pinnacle of modern performance and craftsmanship, engineered for the elite player. That's twice we've got elite player in there, by the way, in a very short space of time, featuring the smallest and least offset head ever produced by Vega. I really don't know why they've sent them me, but I think I've put in a good display so far, apart from that first shot, which wasn't the best. Now, these are designed for maximum workability and control. Bob is having... Are you okay? No. Maximum workability and for a confident, compact profile at address. Interchangeable weight bar allows... Interchangeable weight bar, I've only just noticed that. So that's the same technology that was in the Mesa Pro irons, and that does allow you to kind of flight them differently, which is absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? So you can get the heads and get custom fitted. I'll put a link in the description. This isn't a pay video, this is just a pure review, but look at the milling on there.
Beautiful.
Should we go to Japan, Bob? Right, the food, what would you have? Everything. Even down to the ionic grips, they're nice, aren't they? Right, we're into a par 5. We're out the rough here. I want to test them out of rough and see just if it kind of cuts through nicely. Ooh, that felt so soft. Frighteningly soft. Look at this, look at the mark I've left on the face. You know, if you're in a club fitting there, you'd be like, just box them up. Just box them up. And I think here, there will be a market for these, and I think I'd have them for fun. Yeah, like if you're going to play with your friends. Very similar to, so John, who is the superintendent here at Woolley Park Golf Club, he has a set of Ping blueprint blades. Now, he has no right, no jurisdiction with a set of Ping blueprint blades, but he has them because he enjoys them. He just hits 5-iron when everyone else hits 7-iron, and that's fine. I do feel like here I'm getting good distance from them though, and it almost engages your brain more to produce a good golf swing and a more compact... Oh, did you hear that? Just a more compact whoosh is probably the terminology I'm trying to get out there. That strike was a little bit higher out the face, so I'm interested to see what kind of distance that's done. This is more of a kind of bare lie. What kind of strike can we get here? Ow! That was going so well and I've got so overly cocky with that. Maybe just like Mr. Rowbottom, this isn't my jurisdiction. But let's jump back inside, let's see what kind of shots we can get, and let's finish up. Oh, that was like 2 absolute worldies and then that. But I guess that's what you're paying for, isn't it? The thing for me is, you like after the shot, it kind of brings you back in. You're like, oh, I'll just give it a look at this. It doesn't take as long to clean because it's such a short head. Yeah. Oh. Beautiful. Yes, please. I mean, the fact that I've got that next to a Kirkland head cover is a little bit... Yeah, I get it. We're at Bay Hill, Bob. Back at our favourite place. What is this? Here he is, look. Justin, look at these. Right, 5 goes, Bob. We've shanked one already, Chris. It's a great strike, it's just that bit left, isn't it? It's a shame because the distance is absolutely brilliant. But this is what these irons are kind of designed for, isn't it? Can we take a bit off it and start to hit some better shots than that one, rather than going full-blooded like that? Saw a bit off. Oh! I feel like this is a very love-hate relationship with these clubs. That's got to be good. Look at that. There's a heavy wind, Bob, off the right. But I do feel like I'm starting to hit some nice shots with them. You're like really working the ball flight, which is what these are for. If you can tame the beast, it's one of the best feelings ever. Depends what you're into, Bob, but this... I know what you're saying. You're just a bit weird, aren't you? Well. Should we get back outside? Torture ourselves even more? I'd have a set of these. And I know that's a stupid thing to say, but I would. Okay, so we lost one. But the first shot is just left there, and the second shot, which I did say came a little bit higher out the face, has finished up on the green, so that's not too bad at all. As you can see with the numbers for these clubs, it's something that I think you'd have to take seriously, and I think you'd have to go for a proper fitting as well. Would I want these in my bag for my only set of irons up to 4-iron? 4-iron. I mean, the Mesa Max looks like a fantastic driving iron, so that would be the 4 iron. Would I want them up to 5 iron? Did they do the Mesa Max in a 5? No? Ah. You know, back at school, like when you were playing and people had Vega clubs, do you remember Darren Boardley? Really nice bloke, Darren. He was like a scratch golfer at like 14. He had Vegas. And that's, I just remember, like, if you had Vegas, you were a baller. You know what I also like? That these are sectioned out to be the perfect slot for all of them. Like the wedge ones aren't too long, and
Oh, yeah.
look at this gold one here.
Made to measure. That's what I was on about. Look at that.
Do you reckon that goes rusty? Oh, that's a bit of me. That's it. Should we book the fly and go to Mount Fuji? If we hold one of these, I'll take Bob to Mount Fuji for his sushi. I've struck that so good. It's honestly a joy to hit. That's caught the right hand side of the green. One thing I'm noticing here with these clubs is it's easy to play that bit of a draw. Like I've been struggling to play that draw, but the fact there is like literally no offset on these, it's almost a bit of a double negative because I know I have to come a little bit from the inside. I have to square that face up nicely. So I know it's doing what really I need it to do. They sound like nothing I've really ever hit, to be honest. Oh, that's left. That's left. Where's that? Bunker. Right, Bob, it's now or never. And you know what, guys, like if I'm going to summarise this, is there a market for these golf clubs? Absolutely, yes, there is. Should you be going and ordering them online from the website? Probably not. I think you would go and get fitted for these. Make sure you get the right shafts, the right specs, even if you want those shafts pure in like these are. Obviously, it's not going to stop all bad shots as you've seen in this video, but if you're a really serious golfer, I think it could really help play better golf. There it is. There it is. They're not bad for distance, are they, once you get going? But I think for me, this can go back in its case. The clasps can be locked away. And until next time, we'll see you tomorrow. Thought you might have come in for that, Bob, like a